Okay, so to begin with, you're going to need, I used a 4.5mm hook. Okay, you can use bigger if you want, it'll just become a bit bigger. It's probably better if you use a 5 or 5.5 because this was quite small and tight. This is caramel Bobby Long t-shirt yarn, which is awesome. I'm filming this at the end actually because I've got to film at the start, so I only have a little bit of the green left. You're going to need almost a whole 100 meters of the green one, and this is the pink, and we got white t-shirt yarn. So that's what you're going to need. You're going to need a little bit from each of these, not very much from this one, mostly from this one and this one. Okay, and a hook, of course. Okay, Frugivore, so in order to make this bag, we need 2 of these circles. This is the side of the bag, so we need 2 like this, and I think it turned out all right. I'm not a professional in any way, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to show you how to do one right now, hopefully like that. All right, so you want a bit of a tail, okay? You've got your yarn there. You want a bit of a tail, so leave about that much, right? Drape it over your hand like that, like so. Take the other yarn, the working yarn, which is the yarn that's coming from the ball, and drape it over, cross it over, right? Cross it over like that. And if at any time you get confused, go back and just take it slow, watch it again. So face the hook down, okay? Down, go under, grab that yarn, all right, and then twist it around, and then you have the loop, okay? The loop is there. All right, slow it down if it's too fast. All right, and then you want to secure that loop by yarning over once, and there we go. The loop is secure, we are safe. Right, and you can just kind of adjust it if you want to. You want to keep a bit of a tail there. So now we want 6 single crochet into the magic ring. All right, so let's go. Your tension matters a little bit here, but don't worry too much if you're just beginning. So 1 single crochet like that, 1. Okay, and then we go for another. 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and again it's a bit twisted, 3, 4, 5, not too tight, not too loose, 5. Oh, you might get an ugly circle. I may get an ugly circle. I am not sure yet. Let's wait and see. 6. All right, and so, whoops, this one. Should have your, all those single crochets in there, in the circle. So what you want to do now is pull this one out here. Take that little one out, the little tail, and then we're going to pull on the tail, and this is where the magic begins, right? Hopefully, or it's not magic at all. It's just a mess and it's ugly and you need to do it again. It could be the case here. Okay, we have our little circle that is happening. Not perfect, but we can work with it, I think. So then I want you to pull this out a bit. Give yourself a bit of slack here, okay? And then we're going to go to the first one that we did, okay? The first stitch. And we're going to go under the first stitch like that. Then we're going to just grab that loop. Grab that loop and pull it through. Oop, I did that fast, but you can just rewind it, slow it down, grab the loop, give it a little bit of a pull, and now you're at this point. Okay, little cutest little button. But then this loop, you want it to go over. We're going to make it go over. We're going to put it through here. So watch carefully. Over like that. And then it's over the other side. Take this one out. That's the tail. Don't worry about that. Get out of the way. It gets confusing otherwise. So then we have the working yarn here. And I want you to grab the yarn from there. So you're in this position. Okay? And then what you want to do is start pulling that working yarn. You can see that loop is disappearing in there. Okay, cool. And then we've still got this one left. So then to make that one disappear, we pull on the yarn, working yarn again. And then we're left with this squashy little little circle. All right. If any time you want to tighten the circle, like the middle bit, if the hole's too big, you just pull firmly on this tail and that will close it down. Okay. All right, so here we are. We've got the working yarn. Find where the yarn comes out. And then we want to make this circle bigger now. So we need to add more stitches. We can't add 6 again because it's just not going to work. It's just going to collapse on itself. So you hold that yarn, working yarn, and I don't want you to go underneath here. That is not correct. You need to go in where it joins. Okay, where these single crochets join, not under there. All right, so you got your little circle, and now we are going to find that V. Okay, the V is important. It's going to be here, going underneath where this first one joins. Going to go in here there, but you've got to make sure at the back you actually find the right spot. See, you've got to make sure it goes through there, because it should look at the same at the front as the back. See that split? It's splitting, and just do a single crochet, and that's going to start the next round. Okay, so the next one, we want you got to put in 2 single crochets in each of these stitches. Okay, so you just put 1 to start off with, and next we're going to go find that V. See the V there underneath that bump. Get on in there, but make sure at the back that you are going between. Oops, this one is like, hang on, it's hard to do it through the camera sometimes too. Oops, see what I mean? Go through there. And this is going to be 2, okay? So in that exact same spot, put another one. Chuck another one in there. Okay. Right. So then we find the next hump and the next V. So there it is. And you want to go, look at that V. You just split it apart there. And then, see, comes through, coming through there, grab on, and we want another one in that same spot. This is a little bit tight. You don't have to do it this tight. I'm just kind of like, I have to do it tight because the first one I did tight, so I want them to be equal, but in future I will do it less tight. So this is how we're looking. do another 2, find the, whoops, see, you don't want to go underneath like that. Find the V and push it through. And there we go again. See that split? That's important. If you want to get the pattern right, you know what I mean? Or, oh, it will be a nightmare otherwise. Okay. This one is very tight. Probably don't do it as tight as I'm doing it. Okay, I'll see you back around here once I'm done these. Okay, so we're up to here. We're up to, we got the nearly 12. That's how many you should have, 12 stitches, all right, to make the circle. You can see it's coming along. And the last one, you want to go into this spot here. So see here, that's where you want to go in with just one single crochet. You don't want to go do a double, 2, just put a single. Okay. Yeah, it gets a bit messy at the back with this one, but you're all right if you just go in there, in that spot at the front. One single crochet should be fine. All right, so that's where we're up to now. Pull, we want a bit of slack here. Pull this up a bit, okay? And you need to go into that first, underneath this first one, like we did before. Just underneath those two loops, okay? And remember, just bring this one down, pull it under. It's all a bit tight here. I made it quite tight. And pull that quite firmly. But you've got to make sure it's big enough that you can put it around the circle. Remember, at any time you can pull the loop to make it tighter, to try and close that hole in the middle. Almost. Okay, so now you want to put this ring around the whole project like you did before. Comes out here, and get rid of that tail. Pick up the working yarn. Rightio, over here, and give that one a bit of a pull. Okay, so as far as you can. And then pull the other to get rid of that other loop. Pull. And there you go. It's looking quite good actually. Surprising myself. Okay, so the next one we're going to do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You know, because you're going to make the circle bigger. You always want to find the first V that you go into, the first bump closest to this working yarn, okay? The next one after. So that would be here. Okay, not here, here. So again, you're going to find that V, spread it out. See in there? So you go in, see where you're going in the back. And then you can kind of like move it over a bit if you have to. Right, we're good. You want to start it again, just with it one single, okay? And now we're beginning. So the next one is going to be 2 single crochet, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All the way around, remember that. So Okay, we'll find the next one. You can see in there and there, and this is going to be a 2. Try to make this a little bit looser maybe. And put another one in there. And then we go for a single. So you find that V again. Then look at the back. Make sure you're splitting that like that. And this is a single. Alright, so just continue that all the way around. 2, 1, 2, 1. Next one's 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Until we get back to the start, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we've come all around. We've done the 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 all the way around. Last one we ended on here was 2. Okay, and now we've got to finish it like we've been doing the whole time. So yeah, so go underneath those 2 loops. There we go. Like that. Okay, you got that loop there. And you just want to bring this loop down, grab onto it, work it through there, and pull it till it's firm. Okay, and we got that circle here. Slack goes around the circle. Pull out that annoying tail, wherever it is. This gets confusing when that one just hangs around. Out there. And lift that working yarn that comes from the ball, and then you want to hold onto it here. Okay, hold onto it here so it looks like this. When you hold it to look at yourself, it looks like this. Okay, pull that one. That brings the loop down. Okay, so then you still have this loop here, but never fear, you can get rid of that loop too by just pulling that working yarn, and then you're pretty much, I would like that to be a little bit tighter there, but it's probably going to be fine. Alright, then we're going to go to the next row. Hang on, maybe I can just fix that a little bit. Yeah, so you want to have that like tighten it up a bit. Okay, then pull on that one again, and then pull on that one again, and see it's a little bit more a little bit more neatly compacted there. All right, it's looking good. Beautiful circle already. You can stop right now if you want and make a little bag. Make 2 of these and make a small bag for coins or something, but we're not going to do that. The next one we have to do is actually 2, 2. So sorry. The next one is like 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So we did do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now it's going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So as usual, just hold your working yarn up there. Find the bump closest to the yarn. This can be a little bit easy to confuse, but there it is. There's a bump. Find that V there, see that? See that V? And go under. And most importantly, you look at the back to see if you're hitting in between. See that? You got that split going on there. So this is just starting. We always start with just the single, and so we've done one here, so then we do another one here, just another single, and then we do 2, and then we go back to 1, 1, if that makes sense. So find the bump, get in there, right, single, because you got 2 singles, because you've got to make the circle bigger, right? So it needs to have these increases in it, extra stitches. So then we go to the next one. If you see the bump there, split it at the back, and this is going to be a 2. It's going to be a double. Make sure it's in the same spot. And if you get kind of confused where you're up to, if you're like, oh no, I can't remember, did I do a 2 then? Did I do a 1? If you just look and feel, you can tell. You know, it feels thick because it's a double. You know, there's double the thickness of fabric right there. And this is single. You know, you can feel it, you can see it. It's just a 1B, and that one is like a big bunch of fabric. So then you're like, oh, I did 2, so now I've got to do 1, 2, right? That easy to keep on track that way. So next one, this is 2, so next one is going to be a 1. Find the V, get in there, and see, I missed the thing at the back there. So if you don't do that right, it's going to repeat a pattern that you don't want, and you just won't have that beautiful circle, you know. So that's a 1, and then another 1, and then a 2. So you get the drift, right? I don't think I need to show you that entire circle. This is a 1, and then 2, and I'll meet you around again to finish it. Okay, so we're on to the last one, which is 2. Okay, so we go in. There we go, at the back. And we've got to put 2 in there. It's a little bit tight on my one. Don't do it as tight as I have. Like it looks good and neat when it's tight, but it just becomes too much of a struggle. Get it in that same, I mean you can if you want, but I'm gonna work out, I guess. Like yarn work, crochet workout. Alright, then we close it we finish it as usual. Pull out quite a big loop because that loop has to fit around the circle, which is getting bigger and bigger. And we go over here as normal and put the hook underneath that. Bring this one down here. Hook it on. Oops. Pull it through firmly. That one's a little bit twisted, but it doesn't really matter too much. But that, and then put it around. Pull out the tail. Grab the working yarn, and this is how it should look. Like that. Pull on the working yarn till it is all down, and then pull on the other one, and it's looking good. Magical, right? Looks beautiful, neat. So now it's going to be, we just add like 1 single crochet each time to make the circle bigger. So it's going to be, last time it was 1 1 2, so this time it's 1 1 1 2, 1 1 1 2. So again, find the working yarn, and then find the join closest to, so you wouldn't go here, you go there, as you should probably know by now. So it's in that V, and then we go at the back. So this is going to be our beginning. It's a 1. Oops. Okay. And then another single. That's 2 singles. and then 3 singles, and then we go for the double. So remember, if you forget where you're up to, just feel it. It's thicker. It's double the fabric, and also it looks thicker. It looks chunkier, right? So that should be able to tell you where you're up to. Okay, I'll see you around at the end. Alright, so we've done that round, and up to the last stitch here, which is 2. Okay, so you did the 1 1 1 2, 1 1 1 2. Get in there, in between. You can see it's a little bit of hard to tell sometimes, but yeah. And the next round is going to be 1 1 1 1 2. Not too many mistakes in this one. Looking good. Remember, get a big loop out there. Right. And there we go. It's looking pretty. I might tighten that up a bit, but looking great. Keep maintaining that circle. It's not hexagoning, which is really annoying. There. And that's what we're looking at. So we're going to do another round of the pink. One more round we can fit in there. And then we're going to put white and then green. Okay, so this is where we're up to now, and I have to tell you I did something different on this round. I started to do the 4 singles and then 1 double, and then 4 singles and then 1 double, but it was starting to look like a hexagon, and that can happen sometimes. So to keep the round, to keep that circle going, I actually just put 10 stitches, and then in the 11th I put a double. And then I did 10, and then I put a double in the 11th, and I did that around there. Just make sure you don't put on top of another double that you did in the last line. It's not, you know, it's not like everything's going to be ruined, you know, your life's going to be ruined or anything like that. You know, the circle's still going to look good, but yeah, it's better if you can try and maintain some sort of circle, which I think it still looks quite circular, and you know, just eyeball it. You know, don't be like, oh no, you know, I need exact stitch count, blah blah blah. You know, like it needs to be exactly perfect. No, it just needs to be a circle. So if you eyeball it, it's starting to look like a rectangle. I mean, a hexagon. You know, with points, too many out there points. Then just put in more single crochet, and then put double, and just play around with it a bit until you get a circular look. Hopefully that makes sense, and it's more freedom for you, you know, to play around and to understand exactly what you're doing rather than just follow some pattern, you know, that you may not understand completely. So we are going to get the slack here as usual. Get a lot off there. I mean, if it starts to like curl up, then it's probably going to be, you need more single crochet, made too small. If it starts to get wavy, yeah, if it starts to get too tight, like going like this, yeah, more single crochets. Okay, so that bump is annoying me, so see what I can do to fix it. Okay. Good enough, good enough. We don't have to be crazy here. And then you can just kind of like shape it out a bit. Mine gives me a little bit of a hexagon feel, which I don't like. But I think it's still pretty circular. And then have a look at the previous one. Pretty good, pretty good. Now I've got to put white. Okay, so it's going to pull in a bit. because you can see that white is going over the pink. So it should be pretty perfect. Alright, so let me show you how to put the white on. Grab your white. This Bobalon t-shirt yarn is great. Check it out, micro, it's a 3 to 5. So at this point you can cut the pink because we don't need any more pink. Leave a bit of a tail. Take the pink away for another day. And we've got those 2 tails going on there. That's quite secured in there. That was the old working yarn. And now you want to go to the next available V. As always, through there. And just loop it. Just do a loop like that, right? Okay, you loop it on like that. Alright, and you got a bit of a tail there. You can do a single. I wouldn't use both, they're too thick. And then just secure it with a single. And that's going to be the start of your next round. And so the next one, as usual, go into the next one. And we're not going to do any increases. We're just going to go all the way around, no increase. Okay, so we've done this circle, and what I've got to tell you is I put in 1 increase, just 1 single increase. The rest are just singles. So you just got to kind of wing it a bit. If you find that it's doing things you don't want to, if it curls up too much, you can flatten it too. Flatten it out. This one is quite flat, it's good, but it looks pretty circular to me. I'm pretty happy with that. But just 1 single increase I put in this one. So now we're going to do the usual. You must be getting good at this now. You can put 2 increases if you want. That's the freedom of it. If you want, if you don't like the shape, whatever, put another increase. No big deal. Just probably don't put it on top of a double from the last row. Stretch it a bit if you want. I'm happy. It's good. And now we're going to add the green. So it's the same deal with the green. Like, we've got a few tails going here, but you can just go and like put them in later. I'll show you how to do that. I could do that tighter, but like, it seriously doesn't matter. So same deal with the green. We've got this white working yarn here. We can cut that. Cut it off, it's secure enough. Find where the last one was, where you're working. Go to the nearest V. There. Go there. And just loop this one on. Oh God, I'm a little bit uncoordinated at this. But just get it in there however you can. Okay. And this is going to be our first row we're starting. So this one, yeah, I'm going to go for the no increases again. I might put 1 or 2. I'll let you know exactly before I start now. I'll put a note on the screen how many I ended up doing. Okay, so this is the circle complete, and it might have a little bit of a hexagon vibe, but I don't think so. It's pretty circular. On the back, looking pretty good. We will tie in these ends. soon. And this is the other one. And they fit pretty much perfectly, the same size. And yeah, that's it. You've got 2 of them here now. And if you want it to be more, you know, circular, you can just kind of expand it, squeeze it out. And that's pretty good. So what you can do with the ends is just put them underneath here. Just kind of hide them wherever you can. There you go. It's not going to matter because it's going to be inside the bag, so it doesn't matter what it looks like on this side, and it won't affect this side if you stay underneath these ones. If you go all the way through, then it will affect the design. So just go under that there. And you can also go back in another direction. Just try and make it as secure as you can. That's obviously not too effective, that bit. But because it's t-shirt yarn, like the chances of this coming undone is really low. You don't have to be like too, you know, fussy about it. And you can just cut it off. And like I said, it's going to be inside the bag. It's probably going to be lined, doesn't matter. And this one you can do the same. You know, just go under those loops. Something to secure it down. Go under a few more. I mean, other people might do it a different way and that's fine. But I think this is secure enough. Chop it. Okay, and also the pink ones in the middle here. Just find some loops to go under. Try not to pull it up too much. It's fine. Fine. It is not coming undone. Okay, and even if it comes out of there, it doesn't matter. But definitely, like, if you have a better method of securing them down, then definitely do it. You don't have to do everything exactly like I do. Don't cut off the green one. Don't cut off this one, because we're going to attach it to the other one. Alright, stay tuned for that. I'm going to do these other ends now, and that looks pretty neat. So if you get worried about the ends coming undone, it's going to be fine, but you can put a little bit of free check, this glue, on the end, and that's going to like help seal it. You can do that if you're worried about any of the ends coming undone. I'm really not, but you know, just to show you. And you're not going to see this part of the bag, but this should just clear, dry clear. So it's called free check. Okay, so next up we want to join these circles together. Okay, some yarn. So what you want to do is find working yarn and then go underneath. It's facing you, circle is facing you. Go underneath with those two hoops. Bring this one through, and what you're going to do is one, two, three, four. Hang on, I'm just going to rearrange this a bit. 15, 16. So then with this one facing you and this one facing away from you, just choose anywhere basically where you want to join the circles. So have the other one facing you for this moment. Find the loops that you want to go under. Under there, have this thread down here. Okay, and then just gently pull it through and do one single chain. Okay, and then from there, that's your turning chain. And now we're going to do slip stitches. 3 slip stitches. Don't go in that first one, go in the second one. Okay, so oops, this one's a little bit fatter than I've been working with. Like that. Slip it. All right, we're going to do 3 of them. Find the next one. And the slip stitch. That's 2. And the next one. So you got those two bumps on top. Not one, but 2. A little bit slippery. So that's 3. Okay, now we want to start single crocheting. Okay. All right, so we're still going to go under the bumps, the 2 bumps, and now single crochet. Three. 4, 9, 10. So not single crochet, slip stitch. Slip, and another one, last one. Okay, so we've done our last slip stitch, and then we just go in from the front to the next one. Make sure you're going the right direction. These 2 are facing up. Okay, underneath, just slip it, slip stitch, keep it tight, and turning chain. Okay, and we're going back into slip stitches. 1, 2, 3. Not this one here, but this one here. slip in. Don't make it too tight. 1, 2, 3. Okay, join is happening, and I'll see you at the other end. Okay, we've done those last 3 slip stitches, and now we have to join it. Bring this one down. Okay, just leave it down there. That's easier. Come in here, and then you want to hook it on the top like this. Bring it through. Bring it through, tighten it up. Okay, turning chain. Nothing's twisted. Okay, and then we go again. So you're probably getting the hang of it. I can do one more join with you. But for now, you know, we're going to the slip stitch. And you can see them, right? 1, 2, 3. And you don't want to go to that one on the chain, basically, on the hook. So go to the first one. 1, 2, 3. So there. Hook. Hook. Slip. Slip. Okay, so the next one we are going to go in to attach like that. This is the easy one, and slip stitch. Okay, and there we go. You're attached. So this is how it should be looking. Okay, and I want you to keep going as many as you want, just depending on like the opening of the bag, but you can see what's happening here, what we've got going on. And yeah, it's going to turn out beautiful. Just wait. Okay, so we are up to this section. Sorry I skipped a little bit, but I couldn't record it at the time, but I can explain it. You know, just finished off, sewn in the threads, just, you know, crocheted in the threads as before, and then I attached this new yarn, this one, Bobylon, in, what color is this one? It's like caramel. Okay, and then I'm doing slip stitches. Okay, slip stitches all around the top, like this. Just to make it more sturdy, you can choose whatever color you want, but I'm going to make the strap the same color, so it's going to tie in much better doing it that way. So hang on a second. I'm just doing slip stitches with the back loop, like this, like that. Back loop, like that, and see you're creating those hearts. Beautiful border to go around. And like I said, you can do whatever color you wanted. And the reason I chose this color is because it is a more of a natural color to have a strap. You know, if you've got a big strap on your body, you may not want it just all green, right? This kind of goes with more of your clothing. That's why I chose that. And you can do whatever handle you want, but for this one I'm going to do a crochet handle and attach it with D-rings, I think, to the bag. So you just keep going, and if you get over here, and it's a bit of a mess, just try to keep it to the front. You know, just try to keep your hearts and everything to the front. You know, like, it doesn't have to be super neat, but you can see I managed it there. Not perfect, but it works. And I was thinking about doing black for this because, you know, black seeds and everything probably make more sense, but then I'm like, a black strap, I don't know, you don't see the detail as much with black, you know, so I decided not to go with this natural caramel color instead. So you just keep going, slip stitching this, and then it just creates that beautiful border. And I also obviously could have used white as well, but the white, just a white strap is going to get filthy, especially out here where I live. So I like that, and I might do 2 rounds of it and then attach the D-rings. So I'll meet you back, and you just join on this yarn just how you would before, how I showed you how to join on the white and the green. Just do the same thing. I started in the corner over here, sorry, and I'm going to finish there, and then I'm going to go over again. One more round of this. Okay, so we're up to this stage. I've got 2 rows here. I think that's better because it's keeping it nice and tight up there and stiff. Okay, and now we're going to put in a D-ring. You don't have to, but this is how I did it. Okay, so I just kind of went with my intuition about how to do this. I haven't seen anyone do it, so I just found like the section here that was like halfway basically where it would fit, and I put it, okay, hopefully this is going to make sense because I was just mucking around trying to see how it would work because I haven't done this before, but pretty easy. It's a bit hard for me to show you this, isn't it? I'm doing my best. And I just eyeballed it to make sure it's even with the other one over here. Okay. And then we just go to one of those loops underneath, go under the loop, and then through the hook, and then you just attach it that way. Pull it through like that. Hopefully that was obvious. And then go the next loop underneath there, and then go under. This time you just want to keep that loop going around here so it fastens on the metal square. Then go under a loop again. Just keep going under the loop. Then you want it to fasten on there, so come around, grab it, and slip stitch. So you're still doing that slip stitch here, but underneath it's attaching. So hopefully that makes sense, and keep doing it. Okay, so this is how it turned out. Good, I think it's great. Strong. And now we're going to keep going with the slip stitches all around. And I'll come to the other one. Okay, so here is the end result. The bag is finito. So I really like the way it turned out. This looks good. I just wrapped it around there. This is the spinal cord, I call it. I can show you in another video how to do this bag strap. It's just going to be a bit too much if I showed in this video, but isn't it beautiful? It's the most beautiful bag I've had ever, and I made it myself. That's the best part. It's so soft, and the t-shirt yarn, check it out, from Bobalon. It's really awesome stuff. Cotton. Yeah, so pretty cool. Very happy with that. Let me know in the comments below if you end up making one.